Good morning. Let us continue with the transcription unit and the gene. A gene is defined as the functional unit of inheritance, though there is no ambiguity that the genes are located on the DNA. It is difficult to literally define a gene in terms of DNA sequence. The DNA sequence coding for tRNA or rRNA molecule also defines a gene. However, by defining a cistron as a segment of DNA coding for a polypeptide, structural gene in a transcription unit could be said as monocistronic, mostly in eukaryotes, while polycistronic, mostly in bacteria or prokaryotes. In eukaryotes, monocistronic structural genes have interrupted coding sequences. That is, they have a coding sequence, non coding, coding, non coding. That is, the genes in the eukaryotes are split. The coding sequences or expressed sequences are known as exons. Exons are said to be those sequences that appear in the mature or the processed RNA. The exons are interrupted by introns. Introns or intervening sequences does not appear in the mature or the processed RNA. The split gene arrangement further complicates the definition of a gene in terms of a DNA segment. Inheritance of a character is also affected by promoter and regulatory sequences of a structural gene. Hence, sometimes the regulatory sequences are loosely defined as regulatory genes, even though these sequences do not code for any RNA or protein. Types of RNA and the process of transcription. In bacteria, there are three major types of RNA: mRNA, messenger RNA, tRNA, transfer RNA, and rRNA, ribosomal RNA. All three RNAs are needed to synthesize a protein in a cell. The mRNA provides the template for the protein synthesis. tRNA brings amino acid and reads the genetic code. rRNA play structural and catalytic role during translation. There is a single DNA dependent RNA polymerase that catalyzes the transcription of all types of RNA in bacteria. RNA polymerase binds to the promoter and initiates transcription, that is known as initiation. It uses triphosphates as a substrate and polymerizes them in a template dependent fashion following the rule of complementarity, just as we have seen in replication. जैसे रेप्लिकेशन में कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री बेसिस ऐड करके नया स्ट्रैंड डीएनए का बन रहा था, वैसे ही ट्रांसक्रिप्शन में डीएनए को टेम्पलेट मानकर नया स्ट्रैंड आरएनए का बनाया जाता है. It somehow facilitates opening of the helix and continuous elongation. Only a short stretch of RNA remains bound to the enzyme. Once the polymerase reaches the terminator region, the nascent basis RNA falls off. So, also the RNA polymerase. This results in the termination of transcription. Here is the figure given describing the process of transcription in bacteria. From the promoter sequence, RNA polymerase along with the sigma factor bind and try to open the DNA helix. Opening of the DNA helix is known as initiation. Then the RNA polymerase added the triphosphates, that is known as elongation. When the RNA template is completed, it detaches from the DNA and termination occurs. DNA consists of a gene which codes for a particular polypeptide. This begins with the promoter region and ends in a terminator region. The in between gene portion is known as structural gene. From the promoter region, the RNA polymerase binds with the transcription factor. It starts unwinding the DNA and separating the DNA to strands. As well as RNA polymerase also added the nucleotides, ribonucleotides, and start forming the new RNA molecule. As the RNA polymerase proceeds towards the terminator region, the RNA synthesized gets detached from the DNA. Once it reaches the terminator region, RNA polymerase also detaches from the DNA and the nascent RNA falls off. The formed RNA molecule consists of exons, that is the sequence that express, and introns, that are the intervening sequences. Modification of RNA involves the splicing of these introns by the specific enzymes. When the enzymes reaches the RNA, they bind to the start and end of the introns, and the introns are looped out. The excised introns are removed and the mRNA and comes out of the nucleus. The mRNA consists the bases complementary to the template strand of the DNA. An intriguing question is that how is the RNA polymerase able to catalyze all the three steps in which initiation, elongation, and termination are there? Polymerase is only capable of catalyzing the process of elongation. It associates transiently with the initiation factor for the initiation step and termination factor to terminate the transcription. Association with these factors alter the specificity of the RNA polymerase to either initiate or terminate. In bacteria, since the mRNA does not require any processing to become active, and also since transcription and translation takes place in the same compartment, there is no separation of cytosol and nucleus in bacteria. We know that because prokaryotes do not have nucleus. So many times translation begin much before the mRNA is fully transcribed. मतलब mRNA बन ही रहा होता है, साथ ही साथ उसका ट्रांसलेशन भी स्टार्ट हो जाता है. mRNA डिटैच हो उससे पहले प्रोटीन बनना शुरू हो जाता है. So consequently, transcription and translation are coupled in prokaryotes. But in eukaryotes, we have two additional complexities. First, there are at least 3 RNA polymerases in nucleus in addition to RNA polymerase found in organelles. There is clear cut division of labor. RNA polymerase 1 transcribes rRNAs, whereas RNA polymerase 3 is responsible for transcription of tRNA. 5S rRNA and snRNAs, that is smaller nuclear RNAs, all these three are polymerized by polymerase 3. RNA polymerase 2 transcribes the precursor of mRNA and the heterogeneous nuclear RNA, hnRNA. So these are the different polymerases that are used to form the different RNAs. Second complexity is that the primary transcript contain both exon and intron. Introns are non-functional. Hence, it is subjected to a process called splicing, where the introns are removed and exons are joined in a defined order. Heterogeneous RNA undergoes additional processing called as capping and tailing. In capping, an unusual nucleotide is added at the 5' end of heterogeneous RNA. Entailing adenylate residues 200 to 300 are added at 3' end in a template independent manner. It is fully processed heterogeneous RNA, now called mRNA. This processed mRNA is carried out of the nucleus into the cytoplasm for the translation. Here, this figure describes how the capping at 5' is done. Along with that, how the adenylation is done at the 3' end. Hence, a poly A tail is found at the 3' end. This is the heterogeneous RNA converted into mRNA. The significance of such complexities is now being to be understood. The split gene arrangement represent probably an ancient feature of the genome. The presence of intron is reminiscence of antiquity and process of splicing represents the dominance of RNA world. इंट्रॉन्स एक तो ये बताते हैं कि शायद ये किसी जीनोम का एंशियंट फीचर हो, दूसरा वो उसे एंटीक बनाते हैं, सबसे अलग बनाते हैं, तीसरा कि जो स्प्लाइसिंग प्रोसीजर होता है इससे आरएनए वर्ल्ड का डोमिनेंस बना रहता है. इन रिसेंट टाइम्स द अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ आरएनए एंड आरएनए डिपेंडेंट processes in the living system have assumed more importance than the DNA. We'll continue further in the next lecture.